First one today, how to construct a triangle given two sides of it and one angle. All right, so I want to just make sure you're clear on what I'm going to show you right now. We're going to construct a triangle using our compass and straight edge only that's got two sides. Well, it's got three sides, but two of the sides will be length AB and AC, and one of the angles will be angle A. All right, everybody good? Ready to go? Okay, so we're going to have to copy one of those segments first. But before I copy anything, what do I need to copy it on? Array. So yes, down below where it says place the triangle below, you want to take your straight edge and you want to make a ray, preferably longer than AC. Okay, preferably longer than AC. Okay, you are going to choose now. You don't have to choose the same one I do. Copy a segment onto your ray. Do you want to copy AB? Do you want to copy AC? That is your choice right now, guys. Okay, your choice. All right, whatever segment you want to copy it over. Oh, boy. My compass doesn't reach AC, huh? I'll have to go with it. So I copy it over, I make that arc mark. Got it. And make sure you label your ray, because this, for me anyway, this was A, this was C. If you had AB, label it AB instead, everybody. Label it AB instead. Everyone have at least one of the segments copied. Okay, now we're going to copy angle A. So we copied a side. Now we're going to copy an angle. How did I copy an angle? Well, the first thing I needed was a ray. Everyone agree? Anybody remember the steps now? After I have my ray, what do I need to do with my compass to copy the angle? We have copied an angle before. Here's a hint. What do I need to draw through that one? Intersects how many times? Twice on each ray. Anybody know where I put my compass now? I don't close or open in it. I keep the same setting. Where do I go now? Because I got to make that same arc somewhere else. Yes, I go down to point A now on my ray and make that same arc through. Anybody, I go back up to the angle. Anybody remember the next step? I know we only did it once. Anybody remember the next step? You have 2 points of intersection on the rays. That's where you put your compass right now. Open your compass up to those 2 points of intersection. There are no markings that are needed. All right, we're getting there. We're getting there. Now, do you remember where I place it down below here? Because it's not on point A or C. Because remember, this had nothing to do with the angle, right? This arc mark had nothing to do with the angle. This one did. Where it intersected, yes, where your angle arc mark intersected your ray. And you want to make sure the two intersect. And if they don't intersect, again, guys, you may have to go back to that first one and make it a little longer for me. And then you can take your straight edge. When you're ready, take your straight edge. Make angle A. So those two are congruent. What's the only thing I haven't touched yet? Well, one of me AB, but it may be AC for you. One of the second side, right? We haven't touched. All right, go ahead. Take your compass, copy that side you haven't touched yet. And then we need to talk honors level math here. So measure whatever segment with your compass that you have not measured yet. I already have AC, right? Where do you think it's a good idea to put AB now? Look at what you've done here. Where do you think I should copy AB onto, for me anyway? I don't want to copy it down here, right? Because this is AC. Can't have two sides on top of each other. Where do you think I should copy this line segment now? You got it. Come on, right here, right here. On the ray you just drew in for angle A. So I'm going to take my compass, put it on vertex A, but I'm not going to copy it over here anymore. That doesn't make sense. That's AC. So I'll copy it right here, right onto the ray I just made. And what can I label that point of intersection? B. I got AC, I got AB, I got angle A, but a triangle has three sides. This is not a three-sided figure. How can I finish this off? Don't even need a compass. You got it. Yep. Let's make a third side right now. Look at that beaut. I didn't show you any new construction right there. What did this construction involve? Copying an angle, yep, and copying segments. That's it. That's all this was. All right, copying segments and copying an angle. Questions, comments, any concerns here? Now, hey, the one great thing, though, about constructions is, let's say you got nervous and you were like, I don't know if I did this right. Best thing you can do right now, take your compass, measure AB, make sure one side has that length, measure AC again, just to check that each side has those lengths. Okay, you can always go back and check. All right, y'all all good? Maybe. Come on. Oh, we're frozen in time there. There we go. All right, here we go. Ooh, hey, on the ray below, construct an equilateral. What's equilateral here? All sides are equal and all angles are equal. Yes, nice. So all sides are equal. What do I have to know about one of those sides? The length has to be equal to the length of the diagonal. Have you ever heard diagonal before? How can I draw in a diagonal here in my diagram? Connecting points A and C or B and D. Okay, so go ahead right now. Draw in your own diagonal. And it doesn't matter because it's a rectangle. The diagonals are congruent. So it doesn't matter which diagonal you draw in right now. So all three sides of your triangle have to have that length. Now, I will warn you that, hey, this one's going to be a little easier than this one. Because what do we have to know about all three lengths of the equilateral triangle? They're all the same. So I don't have to go remeasure all the time. Here's what we're going to do. Go ahead, grab the compass. Measure your diagonal using your compass. And copy it onto the ray. Why did I have to do such a big arc? Okay, so I have one side of the equilateral triangle right here. That's the length of the diagonal right here. Do I have to go back and remeasure? No, why not? It's already open to that diagonal. All I'm going to do, any thoughts? I don't want to just give it away. Any thoughts here now? What I could do to get the other couple sides here. Yep.
Start at the point of intersection between the arc mark.
There you go. Come on over here now. Yep. And make another arc that intersected that first one. And watch the magic happen now. So how am I going to make this look like an equilateral triangle? No big deal. Take R, connect it to the point of intersection. And where else do you think I should connect it? Yep. From the point of intersection on the ray up. And if you're unsure, remeasure. Are all sides length of your diagonal right now? Go back with your compass. Are all three sides the length of your diagonal? So again, all we did was copy two segments. One from the end point, one from the line of the point of intersection to make the equilateral triangle. And what do we know about the sides? They're all equal. What can I put on my sides here? Hash marks to show that, yes. And even, I know the angles are all equal, but I don't want to put arc marks because we got to do one more construction with this. Ooh, look at example 3. Using what you just did up here, can you create a 30-degree angle? 30-degree angle, no protractor. Let's talk. What did you tell me about the angles of an equilateral triangle? They're all equal. Anybody know triangle interior angles add up to? $1.80. They're all equal. They add up to 180. Can somebody do some quick math and tell me what each angle adds up to? 60. These are all 60-degree angles that you constructed. So how do I go from the 60 to the 30 I'm looking for right now? Cut the 60 in half, aka cut in half. What word do we have for that now? Bisect it, yes. And I'm going to show you now, this is a new one, how to bisect an angle, how to cut an angle using your compass and straight edge in half. Ready to go? Can we just bisect angle R? Is that all right with everyone? You can bisect any of the angles because they're all 60. All right, to bisect an angle, you put your compass point on the vertex of the angle you're going to bisect. You're going to have a lot of arc marks here, so try to stay a little neat. And what you're going to do, you're going to make an arc mark through the angle you're bisecting. Make it intersect twice. So I'm going to make an arc mark through the angle I'm bisecting. How many points of intersection do you have? 2. Put your compass point on one of those points of intersection. And what you're going to do is, be careful here, you're going to make another mark above the first one. It doesn't need to be huge, above the first one. How many points of intersection did you have? 2. Put it on the other point of intersection now. Slide your compass over to the other point of intersection. And make a final arc mark so those last 2 intersect each other. Looks like fireworks. Again, I made the first arc mark, and then I put my compass on each point of intersection, made the arc, made the arc. And some of you grab your straight edges, bisect the angle now. You guys know what a bisector looks like. Bisect the angle. And if this was originally 60, what's each piece now? There it is, 30 degrees. So you have constructed a 30-degree angle. Great job by bisecting a 60. Questions from you guys at all? Okay, let's keep moving here. Perpendicular bisector. Oh, hey, wait a second. What's that word mean to us, perpendicular? Two lines that form a 90-degree angle. What's that word, bisector, mean? Cuts it in half. So what's this line going to do? It's going to form a right angle and cut the line segment in half. Okay, so it's got to be form a right angle and cut the line segment in half. So can you guys here sketch for me? Line EF is the perpendicular bisector of CD. So stop right there, everybody. What's getting cut in half? EF or CD, if EF is the perpendicular bisector of CD? CD. So everyone go ahead and make segment CD for me. And what's cutting it in half? EF, but not, hey, it can't cut it in half like that. Why not? It's got to be perpendicular. Got to be perpendicular. So let's take line EF and cut that sucker in half. This right now shows me absolutely nothing. Let's talk markings that you can put on that show me EF is perpendicular bisector. What can I put on here? One thing. I could say that it's perpendicular with the right angle symbol. How do I show it's getting bisected? What's got to go on the segment? What's bisector mean? It's getting cut into two congruent segments, right? So what can I put here? Now, how do I use my compass and straight edge? You guys know how to do this construction already. Remember, find the midpoint? That's what you did. You did I never told you, but you did the perpendicular bisector when you find the midpoint. Because what's this point here? What is this point? It's the midpoint, right? Okay, so anybody want to help me out here before we end class? What do I do with my compass to find the now perpendicular bisector, the fish construction? Put your compass on one end point and make sure it's more than halfway open. Yep. You make a decent size arc. Keep the same opening and go where now? To the other side, yep. And make them intersect in two spots. And now you can draw your perpendicular bisect. So this construction has many purposes so far this year. Label your diagram correctly, please. Label your diagram correctly. Name that point right here on this segment. What do we call that point? Oh, okay. Well, and not by letter, but just the vocabulary term for it. Midpoint. Yep, that's the midpoint. All right. Any questions from you guys? I'm going to keep. Whoa! I'm going to keep going here until the bell cuts me off. So. Okay, let's see if we get this bisects done. XY bisects AB. Hey, everybody, what line segment is being cut in half? AB by XY. Yep, so go ahead, draw AB. Does it say it has to be perpendicular? No, just got to cut it in half. That's it. So AB is being the one being cut in half by XY. What marking should I put on my diagram? Because I have no idea what's happening. I just have two line segments intersecting here. Where should where should my hash marks go? On XY or AB? AB, because it's being cut in half. And now on the next one, AB bisects XY, I can use the same diagram, but what's the only change I'm going to make? I'm going to put the hash marks on XY, yes. All right, so you can use the exact same diagram right now, but just put the hash marks on XY. Copy. Okay, same one, except now I'm going to put them on XY. All right. And then, last thing, nope, never mind. See if you guys can get it for homework tonight. Okay, make sure you get your compass back this weekend. There are no answers on Aspen this weekend for constructions. All right, never will be for constructions. All right, come back with all your questions on Monday. We'll review, test Tuesday if you want to stay after on Monday to review.